Mm, 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 mm. Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing again? Yeah, my mute is not on. So once again, it's Friday. We're that much closer towards the weekend. So my smile and my attitude is getting better and better. But I want to pop in again real quickly. You know, this is what I do. I'm 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 entitling this little commentary, Am I My Brother's Keeper? How responsible are we for mankind, our fellow brothers? Anybody who knows me knows that the reason why I started Real Talk for Real Men was because when I looked around the landscape 15, 20 years ago, I noticed that we didn't have a lot of men looking back and helping other men, especially the younger generation. Let's go back to, the time when Oprah was at her peak, queen of all media. And she came on every day into our homes, into our lives, and she spoke the gospel to women. She uplifted, she did all of those things. She went out, she built this school in Africa for girls. She even enlisted other powerful black women, especially white as well, to do things for women, to uplift women. And it was a fantastic thing then, and it's a fantastic thing now. Let's fast forward to now, to 2021. We have on BET channels, we have different shows about Black queens and uplifting our sisters. They have all kinds of specials, and they're doing a fantastic job. I have to tip my hat to women for how they have collectively uplifted their gender, and they do a really good job at it. Now, I don't agree with everything that goes on, but we're not talking about that. But what do men do? How often do you see rich, powerful black men, with the exceptions of just a few, actually going back and doing for their community and helping out? The example that stands out probably most to me in my mind in 2021 is LeBron James. LeBron James is a phenomenal individual. Take away his athletic ability, what he does in terms of going back to help, especially young black men, is phenomenal. He's created a school. He's actively out there on the voting campaign. He speaks out frequently on issues, even when he's wrong. But the fact that he's doing this while he's a current active NBA star at the top of his profession is applaudable, because he didn't wait till he retired to do these things. He did it. He's doing it right now in real time. And his example has actually caused other athletes, actors, individuals to get more involved. And so I applaud him. But I want to show you guys a video that caught my attention. For those of you who might know who Black Rob is, Black Rob is a New York rap artist. Once upon a time on the Bad Boy label associated with P. Diddy, Puffy, whatever you want to call him. And he recently passed away. So not only did we lose Earl Simmons, better known as DMX, we lost Black Rob. So if you're not into Black Rob's music, do yourself a favor. It's worth a listen to. I was never that much of a fan of Black Rob, to be perfectly honest with you, but he was on the Bad Boy label. But that's not what this is about, his music. He recently passed away, and I want to play just a quick video. It's very short. It's only 2 minutes and 48 seconds. And I'm calling this particular commentary section, Am I My Brother's Keeper? So I'm going to set it up to where I want you to see this video, and then, of course, we're going to talk. So I'm going to share my screen here, and we're going to talk about this thing as we always do. Okay. So here we go.
So this just happened. Look, so former Bad Boy Records rapper Black Rob passed away at Atlanta's Grady Memorial Hospital on April 17th at the age of 52, bringing his once flourishing career to a permanent end. At the height of his Bad Boys fame, the Woe rapper was frequently photographed alongside founder Diddy, and the two seemed to have a genuine friendship. But over the years, Black Rob and Diddy lost touch and only recently reconnected after the hip hop community learned of Rob's precarious medical condition. While Diddy has reportedly offered to help pay for Black Rob's funeral arrangements, his manager Carl Dawson thinks it's too little, too late. During a conversation with the Murder Master Music Show, Dawson wondered why it took a crisis for Diddy to step up and offer an assist. Through somebody else that was affiliated with Rob, Diddy reached out and was going to do something for Rob. This is when the video first went up when he was in the hospital. He explains around the 4-minute mark.
Through somebody else that's affiliated with Rob, Diddy reached out and was like, he was gonna do something for Rob. This is when the video first went up, him in the hospital. You know what I mean? But people dragging their feet and nothing got done. So now we're paying for his funeral, do that. He's dead and gone now. See, everybody want to do something for you when you dead and gone. I'm the one that was in the hospital and put him on video and it went viral. I did that. I was there with him. A lot of people that could have helped didn't help. You know what I mean? That's why I put the video up to show like everybody want to keep hush hush, but he's not getting no help. Who gonna put $200,000-$300,000 behind his man? I mean, like, they'll take that money, that $200,000-$300,000, go buy a car or finance or lease a Rolls Royce or Lamborghini to ride around, look pretty. You know what I'm saying? Cause that's something for them. You can't tell people what to do with their money. But a lot of people that was in position could have helped and they didn't, and it was too late because he passed away Saturday, a week less than DMX.
Despite the criticism that's been flung in Diddy's direction, fellow Bad Boy alum Mark Curry confirmed that he'd been in touch both prior and after his Black Rob's death. Speaking to Rolling Stone last week, he explained that Diddy reached out to Rob the day before he died and the two had made amends.
So let's stop it right there, folks. And let's have some real talk for real men. Hope you can handle it. Appreciate you peeking in on me, Kennard, Joseph. And Joseph, I'm going to acknowledge we lost Shock G as well. For those of you who don't know who Shock G is, the Tupac started with him, the Humpty Dance. That's the guy. So we lost him as well. So rest their souls. But let's have some real talk about Am I My Brother's Keeper? Now, if you notice from the video, this is Black Rob's manager posting this video saying that why are you trying to pay for his funeral now? You should have done more for him when he was alive. And you guys spend $200,000-$300,000 on a car to go out there and stunt in front and look pretty, and so he's upset about that. Even Black Twitter also kind of attacked P. Diddy as well because he posted a tribute to Black Rob, and many on Black Twitter, felt like too little too late. Where were you? Now, let the video play right to that section because it talked about that literally right before he passed. P. Diddy had reached out to him and they kind of made amends, whatever. And then it's also been revealed that P. Diddy had been in contact with him before. But let's say he hadn't. For the sake of argument, let's say that P. Diddy didn't reach him before he passed on, and he decided that, I'm going to pay for this guy's funeral, and people are upset. The question for me is, how much of are we our brother's keeper? How responsible do you think P. Diddy is for paying for Black Rob's funeral? How responsible do you think P. Diddy is that he didn't step in so many years before he hit hard times? Now, what I'm about to say is harsh, but it's my opinion. I don't think he owes him a damn thing. Now, Black Rob died at 52 years old. I'm 53. Now, last time I checked, we fully grown when we 21. Last time I checked, when he worked at back in the day when he was performing, whatever deals they made, that's the deals what it is. At some point, you are fully and wholly responsible for your life. Now, in a perfect world, because P. Diddy is worth $700 or $800 million, would it be altruistic for him to say, hey, I can see that this person is having a hard time. Let me help them out. Fantastic. But he don't owe him a damn thing. He don't owe him nothing. I think it's a very good gesture that he's willing to pay for the man's funeral because clearly he died destitute and his family doesn't have anything to contribute to it. So he's trying to make it a little bit easier, you know, but he's not obligated not to pay for his funeral, to to make pay for his upkeep, to even look in on him. Nobody's obligated to do that. I have some best friends in the world. My best friends in the world, they're grown. Now, because they're my friends, I take it upon myself to check on them, but that's out of love and concern out of my heart. But I don't owe them anything. I don't owe my brothers and sisters anything. We're all grown. Now, the humane and beautiful thing to do is that's okay. But P. Diddy has earned his money. Whether you agree with how he earned it or not, that's beside the point. He doesn't owe that man anything. He is not responsible for a grown ass man. And by the way, the manager that's posting this up, you're still calling yourself his manager. Where the hell were you at? So you talking about you posted some video up so that the people with money could see. My question then was, what the hell did you do? Because if you did your part, then that's all that matters. At the end of the day, we all have to answer for our actions to God, if you believe in God. Some of you don't. I do. I believe, according to the scriptures, we should all be working out our faith with trembling and fear towards the Creator. So when I look myself in the mirror every day, that's who that's the only person I owe any type of fear and awe and allegiance to. So other than that, I'm not my brother's keeper. Now, if you married, you're responsible for that woman. If you're a parent, you're responsible for those children until they get of age. Because once they get of age, you've done your job. So even for you parents out there who you've got a 20 something and a 30 something year old son that's got drug addictions, failed relationships, evictions, repossessions, and they're always coming home and got their hand out. Now, as a parent, you can take it upon yourself to say, you know what, he's always going to be my baby. That's fine. I'm not telling anybody what to do with their children, but I am saying that once that person becomes an adult, they're responsible for themselves. Period. You can only do so much. And if I feel that way about my own flesh and blood, somebody that I worked with or partnered with or we was in a business with, look, Jay-Z, P. Diddy, Beyonce, any of these famous people, you don't have the right to look at what they have and envy it and think because they made it so high up the ladder that they owe you anything. Now, it's applaudable that some of these athletes, entertainers, do take it upon themselves to give to worthy causes, sick children, people that are destitute. Hell, if I was a millionaire, I told people my dream would be to walk around like Kung Fu and help everyday ordinary people because that's where my heart is at. But I'm not obligated to do that. But the world we live in now, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. If he didn't offer to pay for it, they eat him up because, well, he got all that money and blah blah blah. Well, he did offer to pay for it, and they still pitching a fit about it. I hope P. Diddy, you're secure in yourself and your decisions, and I believe you are. I don't think you get to the place you are without being that person making those kinds of decisions. Nobody's going to make a decision that everybody likes. That's the way life is. You know, you can give somebody the biggest diamond and hand it to them in a gold box. And they might say to you, well, damn, why did you get your fingerprints on it? That's human nature. That's people. Everybody's not going to be satisfied with everything you do. So you have to learn early on in life to do whatever you're going to do and be happy about it internally that you're making the right decision and be able to live with it. So I don't think P. Diddy is going to lose any sleep. He's lost a friend. And guess what? People don't realize this. Friendships have expiration dates. See, we don't like to think about that. I'm 53 years old. I grew up with some people that I was inseparable with. And in that time, you think you're always going to be friends. Well, guess what happens? Life happens. We go our separate ways. I moved from New York to the South. I got married. I did my things and they did their things, and you lose touch. That don't mean you're not friends. You're still friends in the loose sense of the word, but you don't see each other every day. Hell, when you move from another city, when you change jobs, I got friends that no longer work at the same company I work for. We're still friends in the truest sense, but we don't see each other as often. We don't talk as often. So, am I responsible if they fall on hard times? No. I don't know what another grown man does with his time, his money, and his intentions. And I'm not going to be responsible for that. I got my own vices to worry about. So I don't expect anybody to come rescue me if I fall on hard times. As a man, I'm responsible for myself. So that's my take on it. That's my commentary. Am I my brother's keeper? In the existential sense, you are. I think we owe each other some sense of humanity. But if you're talking about being accountable for the decisions another grown man has made and and whatever his plight is, no, we are not our brother's keeper in that sense. And so rest in peace, Black Rob. Rest in peace, Shock G. Rest in peace, DMX. You guys have lived as full a life as you could, and you've done with it what you wanted to do with it. We all only get dealt the hand we get dealt, and we have to play that hand. With that being said, it's been another commentary from about real talk for real men. See you on the other side.